Okay, this is lesson 14, and in this lesson we are going to continue the finding trigonometric ratio from given ratio. Here the combined term, it is given sine alpha minus cosine alpha, and that's equal to 2 over 3, and they are asking us to find the sine alpha times cosine alpha. And here we need to know this one. Sine alpha minus alpha is element of 0 to 90 degree when it is not given. If it is not mentioned, that is the quadrant is not mentioned here, so it should be between 0 and 90 degree. You have to accept like that, except the angle is between 0 and 90 degree. Okay, here the form is a minus b, it is given, and they are asking us to find a times b. We had to think like this. That's why only I know the formula a minus b square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square, and a minus b here and a times b here. That's why I'm going to try to use this formula for my solution. Okay, if I say sine alpha minus cosine alpha square, I have to get the square of the other side also. 2 over 3 square I need to find. And by the formula, it's going to be equal to sine square alpha minus 2 sine alpha times cosine alpha. It's going to be plus cosine square alpha is going to be. And this is the square of this side, left hand side, and right hand side is going to be equal to 4 over 9. Here I know that sine square alpha plus cosine square alpha is equal to 1. So it's going to be equal to 1 minus 2 sine alpha times cosine alpha. Sine square plus cosine square is equal to 1, and minus 2 sine alpha times cosine alpha, that's equal to 4 over 9. If I send the 1 to other side, minus 2 sine alpha times cosine alpha is going to be 4 over 9 minus 1, minus 2 sine alpha times cosine alpha. Now 4 minus, when you multiply by 9 times 1, it's equal to 9, so 4 minus 9 over 4 minus 9 over 4, it's going to be, which is equal to minus 5 over 9. And you are going to send to the other side. Sine alpha times cosine alpha is going to be equal to minus 5 over minus 2 times 9. This should come to denominator here from this side, and because multiplication comes to division, okay, then the answer is going to be equal to sine alpha times cosine alpha is equal to 5 over 18. Why it is 5 over 18? Because minus 5 over minus 18 is going to be equal to plus 5 over 18. Here, this is new type of question, and in this new type of question, we have tangent alpha is given 4 over 3, and they are asking for alpha over 2. As I mentioned at the beginning, new type of question, so it has new type of solution method, and the solution method depends to, firstly, I wrote here, and here also it's going to be equal to, here, this angle also it's going to be equal to alpha here, and it's 4 over 3, and the method for the solution to extend this one as much as possible with the hypotenuse, and the length, same length with the hypotenuse. Here, this length and this length, it must be same. So if I find this is alpha and 4 over 3, and if I say this is x square is equal to 4 square plus 3 square, it's going to be, and it's going to be x square is going to be equal to 16 plus 9, and x square is going to be equal to 25, and x is going to be equal to root of 25. X is going to be equal to 5. So the length of x is equal to 5 is going to be. Why this is important for us? Why this length is important for us for this type of question? Because I said the length it should be same, then I'm going to get one triangle here like this. Here now I have one big right triangle, like where one part of this right triangle is this triangle here is isosceles right triangle. What is the importance here? Isosceles right triangle. If the angle is here alpha, the base of the isosceles triangle, it should be alpha over 2 and alpha over 2, where the sum of two interior angle is equal to one non-adjacent exterior angle. It should be. Okay, then here we have one right triangle. The one of the side here, one of the angle, pardon, is equal to alpha over 2. The total length is equal to 8, and here this is of course 90 degree here, also 90 here and 90, sorry I forgot to write them, and this length is going to be equal to 4. Then the tangent of alpha over 2 is going to be equal to 4 over 8, which is equal to 1 over 2. If I summarize from the beginning, this is the solution method for the tangent alpha over 2, or half angle by using the right triangle. And by using the right triangle, here tangent alpha is given and they're asking for tangent alpha over 2, and the method for finding that one, to get one isosceles triangle, to get half of the angle. And when you get the isosceles triangle, should one of the side of isosceles triangle here, this length I am talking about, it should be as much as the hypotenuse of our given triangle. Only the way to solve this kind of questions. Okay, now we are studying about different type of questions I said, and this is also different than the others. Here sine cube plus cosine cube we have, and we have to find sine alpha plus cosine alpha. If we try to find on the triangle what is sine alpha and cosine alpha, here from tangent alpha, if it is 5 over 12, if we say here, if I draw the right triangle here, then we are going to get here, this is going to be 12 and this is 5, and this is the angle alpha here, and this is 90 degree, we accept. It's difficult to find sine cube alpha because the numbers, they are going to be big numbers. Here the form which is given, sine cube plus cosine cube, sine alpha plus cosine alpha, these two expressions, they are related. That's why we are going to try to simplify this expression. But before then that one, we have to find the hypotenuse, because we need sine alpha. For the sine alpha, opposite over hypotenuse, which is x here, opposite over hypotenuse, and adjacent over hypotenuse for the cosine we need. Okay, x squared plus, firstly I'm finding x squared plus, x squared is equal to 12 squared plus, 5 squared, it's going to be x squared is equal to 144 plus 25, it's going to be, and x squared is equal to 169, x is equal to root of 169, and x is going to be equal to 13. Okay, then sine cube alpha plus cosine cube alpha, we are going to use this formula for this one, a cube plus b cube. What is a cube plus b cube? A cube plus b cube, if you remember, it's equal to a plus b times a squared plus minus ab plus b squared, it's going to be b squared is going to be. Then if it is a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared, then sine cube alpha plus cosine cube alpha is going to be equal to, here, sine alpha plus cosine alpha times sine square alpha minus sine alpha times cosine alpha plus cosine square alpha is going to be. Okay, then if we divide all the expression, both expression here, I'm writing because our expression is not sine cube plus cosine cube, sine alpha over sine alpha plus cosine alpha at the same time. So this is going to be equal to sine alpha times cosine alpha, plus cosine alpha here. And if we simplify them, we can here, if we simplify them here, these two we can simplify. And the left is sine square plus is equal to sine square alpha minus sine alpha times cosine alpha plus cosine square alpha is going to be sine square plus cosine square. If you remember, sine square plus cosine square is equal to 1. That's why it's going to be equal to 1 minus sine alpha times cosine alpha. It's going to be, this is the simplest form. If we try to find 5 over 13 cube, because sine alpha is equal to 5 over 13, and cosine alpha we are going to find it's equal to 12 over 13. If we try to find 5 over 13 cube and 12 over 13 cube, then add them and then divide them, it's going to be difficult for us. But here, when you simplify this expression like this, it's going to be more easy for the operations. Is equal to sine alpha 5 over 13 times cosine alpha is equal to 12 over 13 is going to be, then it's going to be equal to 1 minus 60, yes, 5 times 12 is equal to 60. It's going to be 60 over 13 times 13 is equal to 169. 169 it's going to be. Then if you subtract, you're going to multiply this one by 169 by 1, then it's going to be 169 minus 60 over 169 it's going to be, which is equal to 169 minus 60 is equal to 109 over 169 is going to be. Okay, this is the answer of the question. Okay, the next one, this is also another type, but here the question solution, it's very easy. Here tangent alpha is given. Tangent means opposite side over adjacent side it's going to be, and tangent they are asking, and we are going to find opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent, but it's very difficult to find here because the distances are not given. What is given to us? The squares are identical, so if these sides are A, this is A, but we don't know the ratio here, what it's going to be. But here we know this is A, this is also A, this is also A, and here these are A and A it's going to be. So for finding the tangent alpha, firstly I am going to move the alpha to this angle. How? This angle, if this angle is alpha by the z rule, this angle also is going to be alpha. Here, as you see, there is a z. If you draw the right triangle here to show, that's the 3a and this is 2a. This is 90 degree because this angle it's going to be 90 degree here also. And here this length is 2a, this is 3a here. And one more thing here, this angle is going to be the alpha. So tangent alpha is going to be equal to 3a over 2a, and you may simplify a and a, then the result is going to be equal to 3 over 2, and actually this is the result because they are asking only tangent alpha here.